Hi, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing everything I made in the month of July. If you're new here, my name is Alisha. I'm a wife, mom, middle school teacher by day, and a sewing content creator on the nights and weekends. So July was a really busy month, and not busy in the sense of that like I was productive. I was definitely not productive. I was on vacation for nearly 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month visiting family in Australia. It's also jam-packed with so many activities for my family personally. It's my husband and I's wedding anniversary. We celebrate the 4th of July the day after because we got married on July 3rd, and not by choice. It was just because that was the only day our wedding venue had. It was that or my brother's birthday, and I was not gonna get married on my brother's birthday. So we were forced into July 3rd. It has no significance to us. It's just that was the only time the venue was open and we needed to have a summer wedding. But July has our wedding anniversary, and then the 4th of July, everyone is always busy. People come out to where we live and it's a big celebration. And so, and then at the end of the month, it's my birthday. And this year was even extra special because I had my high school reunion. So I still have quite a bit to make that were on my summer plans. I still have a pair of shorts that I want to make, and then a dress that I want to make with the stripes. And I didn't quite get to those in the month of July, but pretty much everything else I put out in that summer plans, I've made. So I still have 2 garments, and then I'm going to focus on starting to really ramp up for the school year. I had just posted that video last week. But I still want to complete these 2 summer makes. So, but some of my plans changed. I ended up making a dress for my high school reunion, and I knew that like this was an upcoming event, but I didn't really plan to make something, and then just last minute inspiration struck and I had to make something for it. That was something that I didn't plan for. And this reunion was a big one. It was 20 years. I know, I don't look like I've been out of high school for 20 years, but I have. And it was really fun. I did not attend my 10-year high school reunion because I was actually living in Australia at the time with my husband, and we were both playing basketball, and then I was working in the fashion industry, and I just wasn't not gonna fly home for a high school reunion. So it was really fun to be able to get to see all of my classmates, and everybody was just really welcoming and kind. I don't know why like I build up the reunions to be like so much more, or like I have to prove something, because most of the time I'm like, yeah, like I'm just a teacher. And then everyone's like, hey, not just a teacher. But it kind of feels like that, especially because when we were at the reunion, we were sitting amongst a table of doctors. And so either my classmates or my peers had become a doctor or married a doctor. So my husband and I were just sitting there like, yeah, we're just teachers. So anyways, it was fun. We all do important work. We all are in the business of helping people and teaching people and saving people. Not that I literally save lives, but maybe, I don't know. So long story short, I had to make a dress for it. This came up on my list unexpectedly. Did not mean to be super cheesy because my high school colors were royal blue and silver, and I was like, is it too cliche to wear like the colors of your high school to your high school reunion? But I forgot that I had this metallic linen that almost has like a pink sheen to it, but it's silver and it's linen, and it's so hot where I live right now. It's like today is supposed to be 106 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 something Celsius. I don't know exactly, but over 40. And I was like, okay, I want to wear a linen, but I want it to be upscale. And I remember that I had this fabric that I had purchased from Fabric Godmother like ages ago. And so it like just came to mind out of my stash. And then I was like, that would make the perfect Howland dress. And so that's what I made. Here's me in the dress. The front view, the back view, all the views. And I had a really fun time because it is a dress that is like, the attire was semi-formal, like more upscale than business casual, but like not formal. And so The event itself was at the winery my husband and I used to work at. So that was funny because when we walked in there, we were all dressed up, and some of our old colleagues that we had worked with at the time while we were getting our teaching credentials were like, "Oh my gosh, good to see you. Are you guys going to the wedding?" And we're like, "Oh, no, like we're here for the reunion event." And they're like, "Oh, how fun." So anyways, I made this dress in 3 hours. Don't judge. It's still super wrinkly just from, I haven't washed it yet. I've worn it, but I haven't washed it. So, but it's not like it got dirty or gross or anything. It's just that it's been crumpled up in the dirty clothes bin, and I forgot to wash it before this video. So judge your mother. Life's been busy. But I ended up using, oh, there's a loose thread here. Let's get rid of that. I ended up using the Helen dress built-in bra option that Paradise Patterns literally just put out. And I could not find in my stash, I could not find for the life of me, my mesh knit, like my power knit. And so I ended up using swimwear knit on the inside. And you know what? It worked out perfectly. I loved this hack, and I was able to go bra free because I did use View B option with like the super low back Helen option, and so you couldn't even tell that this was a different fabric. Well, now that it's backlit by my windows, like you can kind of see the pattern, but wearing it on, you could not see it. I got tons of compliments, and I did the ruffle at the bottom, so I didn't use like the straight version, and I just had so much fun. I felt cute, I felt comfortable, and that's really what I wanted to feel, because like I have gained a significant amount of weight since high school. If you can see here, we redid our superlatives, and so in high school, it's a no-brainer. I got most athletic. I was like the county player of the year where I grew up, and you know, I was a dual sport athlete, was also one of 18 valedictorians. We did have 18 valedictorians. So yeah, I loved my high school experience. It was so fun catching up, but like I am literally probably like 100 pounds more than what I weighed in high school, and so I was like feeling insecure about how I was going to be perceived. Anyways, it was a silly insecurity, and so yeah, I just had a blast catching up with everyone. I like followed people again on social media that I had lost touch with, and it was just a really fun time. And so I'm really glad that I squeezed this in. Now it's just gonna be like a fun make for whenever. It definitely needs to go through the wash, so don't judge me. But this one was an unexpected sew. Wasn't planning on it, but then last minute I just told my husband I need to sew something for the event. So I'm pretty sure you, as a sewist or a sewer, whatever you want to call yourself, has probably done that, where you're literally sewing right up to the event. And so that's what I did. The next make that I made this month was the tie top. And so I had talked about my inspiration, which is by the Lullaby Club, I think that's what it's called. I really love just the tie top. I'm really late to the trend. But I like how the Lullaby Club has like the top and the shorts, and I just thought that's such a teacher-friendly outfit in the classroom while still looking professional. And so originally I wanted to have this outfit done for the 4th of July because it's like I was making it in the red gingham. Again, I found this red gingham in the LA Garment District, so I don't have a link to this fabric because the store was just like a random hole-in-the-wall store. But I ended up using the Fabric Godmother Fleur pattern, and I made a lot of adjustments to this pattern. But what I love about this pattern, first of all, is that it has a placket built into it. And so I know that there's so many different options for the tie tops. You've got like Sid Graham's tie top. I know the Big Four, or I guess Big Five. I don't even know if KnowMe's a thing still, but the Big Five has their version of the tie top. But both of those patterns, in my opinion, fall short without the placket. And so that's just my humble opinion. Don't like go starting internet beef. I still love them, and I think they're beautiful designs. But I love that Fabric Godmother thought, like, let's put a placket in for like the women who actually need to wear a bra or want to wear this top to work, or, you know, things like that. So I made the fleur and I made sure that I put in the placket. The adjustments that I made to this pattern, you can see here, I forgot to increase the length of the placket. So this is how much I increased the length of the seam here. So normally this seam line, if you hold it up to me on my 6'2" body, when you're wearing this, the placket is right here, the shoulder's here. And then for me, that seam line stopped right below my bust, which on my body right now as it is, looks completely unflattering. And I know that the pattern was modeled for someone who I think was 5'7" or 5'8", maybe even 5'6", somewhere in that region. I'm 6'2". So my proportion, even though I'm short-waisted, my proportions are going to be wildly different. So I think once it was all said and done, I actually ended up adding an additional 2.5 inches. And I love where this sits on me. I have not worn this out yet. Only because I want to wait till I finish the shorts. So I'm hoping I'm going to finish the shorts here very soon. I've tied up the shirt so you can see, but I increased that waistline and I dropped it down so that it would look more flattering on me. The other thing I did was increase the length of the peplum, I think by 9 inches, possibly 10. I can't remember the exact, because I wanted to basically be my inspiration where it's a long peplum that covers like the shorts, because, you know, I still have, like, I think due to diastasis recti, I still look, and I'm actively working on closing that gap, but I get so like busy and I forget to do my rehab, and then like it doesn't fully shut. So I need to get better at that. But sometimes it still looks like I'm like 2 or 3 months pregnant in my belly area, and so I just want to cover that. I don't want people to assume I'm pregnant again. I don't want people, if like they think I'm fat, then that's one thing, but like just the pregnancy thing is like so awkward sometimes, you know? So I increased that peplum so that I can get that coverage not only on my bum but the front, and then the shorts will peek out just like my inspiration for the Lullaby Club. Those were the big adjustments that I made to this top. I love the way that it turned out. I think this is going to be really fun for fall as well. I just feel like red gingham goes like throughout the whole year, because red could totally be a fall color. I know we lean more towards like the oranges and the rusts, but can still throw a red in Christmas, Valentine's, and then we circle back and it's spring and summer again. So definitely a year-round print. I was debating on whether I wanted to turn those shorts into pants instead, because I have enough fabric left over, but I think I'm going to stick with my inspiration and go with the shorts. So given that I was home for only a week in the month of July, or about probably 9 days total, I'm really proud of myself for getting 2 garments done. So I got the fleur top done. Now I'm just going to make the shorts, and I got my Hallen dress done for my reunion. And so hopefully in August I can finish my summer makes, because my fabric is literally screaming at me like that's the fabric I'm going to use. The pattern is behind me, so I'm ready to cut it out as we speak. But hopefully I can get them done before the start of the school year. If not, it'll just be something that I continue to work on the nights and weekends. And when I finish them, hopefully they'll be in my roundup for everything that I made in the month of August. But like I said, it's totally fine to have slower months. I think sometimes with content creation, you can get in this like system of like you have to create, produce, create, produce, create, produce. And sometimes it's okay to have a slow month. And the other thing that I really need to touch on too is that UFO pile and finishing my daughter's quilt. So I have a lot coming for you in this month of August and September, and I hope you enjoyed my 2 makes for the month of July.